Hi there.
Hey.
My name is Allison. What's your name?
John.
John. Nice to meet you. I'm the visiting psychiatrist here for the psychiatric unit of this hospital.
So you're going to put me in the hospital? Is
Well,
that what you're here to do?
Well, we'll get to that. First, I kind of want to get a little bit more information about you, about what happened, about kind of what led up to you being here, and then eventually we can, move into what the next steps are. But for now, I think that you and I can just kind of take the time to, just chat, and you can use this time to pretty much just tell me what happened and how you feel about what happened, and maybe some other things that are going on. So why don't we get started with that? Can you tell me what brings you to the ER today?
An ambulance?
Okay. And why did the ambulance come?
Just got in trouble again. It's just stupid. Stupid. I don't really want to talk about it, but whatever.
Okay. You can take your time. I know this is all kind of sensitive stuff, so feel free to, take a couple of minutes and hang out for a little bit.
I just want to go to the hospital. That's why I'm here, isn't it? I just want to go to the hospital.
Okay. So you mean you would like to be in an inpatient unit?
That's what happened last time. Yep,
Okay.
that's what happens when I do this shit. That's what happens after, I get in fights and stuff. I just go to the hospital for a little while.
Okay.
I just want to, get it over with and just go.
Okay. And what's at the hospital that is appealing to you? What is it about the hospital that you find beneficial?
I don't like it. I don't want to be there, but it's better than getting grounded.
Oh, okay. So you'd rather be in the hospital than be grounded.
Yep.
So being in the hospital is sort of like an escape from being at home and being in the house and kind of facing.
You got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we? And again, you can take your time with this. I know that it might be a little sensitive, but I do want to get into kind of what led you here. Obviously, there was an incident in which the police were called, and then subsequently an ambulance came and transported you here. So
Yep.
Obviously there was a reason, and I'd like to get into that.
Yeah, I guess. So I was at school and I was in study hall, and there's this kid that's just a complete asshole, and he kept poking the back of my neck with pencils and shit, and just being a complete asshole, and he just kept poking me and saying shit, and I just kept telling him to stop, and he didn't stop, and so I turned around and I punched him, and then he hit me back, and I stabbed him with a pencil in my hand.
Okay.
And then they separated us, put me in the hallway, and the principal called the police, and we both got taken to the hospital, and he's fine, so I don't even know why they did it. It was no big deal. It's just whatever. It's just a fight. Fights happen. But yeah. I'm not going to get in trouble, though, I don't think. They said. I don't know. I hope not.
Okay. So it sounds like you were being antagonized by this person, and then
Yep.
you reacted.
Pretty typical. It happens a lot.
Okay. It happens a lot that you are antagonized, or happens a lot that you react to situations in a physical way.
I guess both.
Okay. Want to talk a little bit about that, about what that looks like being sort of feeling as though peers are trying to get a rise out of you. How often does that happen? What does it look like when that happens?
I don't know, just, I really don't like people at school. I have my, few friends or whatever, we're cool, we have a good group of friends, but, other kids are just kind of annoying. They like piss me off all the time, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's stupid. I don't want to be here. I just want to get to the hospital. Like, I don't want to do this. I know I'm just going to get grounded, get in trouble. I just want to get this over with.
Okay. So do your parents know about the incident?
Yep.
Are they here right now?
Was here. She's getting coffee right now. She thought I should talk to you alone.
Okay. Completely fine. And at some point maybe we can have her in here if we feel like that will, be helpful. But I'll also talk to her separately.
Okay.
So maybe we can go into what it was like the last time that you were placed at the hospital. How long was it? How long were you at the hospital for during
10 days.
10 days, okay. And what was, I guess what my question is, what was the most significant thing about your 10-day stay there? Was there anything that you feel like you got out of that? Besides, obviously, being able to escape being grounded at home.
Just didn't have to deal with stuff at home.
Okay.
I met friends there before. Like, I have like school friends that are like, those are my boys or whatever. And then I met people in the hospital, and I had to do groups before. And stuff like that. They do like art groups and like talking. There's groups where we get these little like balls, and you kind of like play with things to like calm me down, I guess, or whatever. And I met a couple friends at the hospital that I like still keep in touch with and talk to and stuff. So I guess like people there have the same problems as me, I guess.
So you feel like you can relate to them?
Yeah, I feel like everyone at school just knows my problems, and
so you're feeling like at school there's nobody that you can really relate to?
I don't know, I guess a couple people, my friends or whatever, but a lot of people just like think I'm a weirdo because of like I have like whatever they call like ADHD or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then like last year when all the hospital stuff started happening, I got diagnosed with bipolar.
Okay.
I'm on meds and stuff, and everyone just thinks that's weird.
So it sounds like a lot of people know about your diagnosis, or a lot of them have just seen your behaviors and have made assumptions about your behavior and have a certain opinion about it.
Maybe, yeah, I guess that. Like, I told my friends, and like, I know they didn't tell people, but like, I guess just the way I act makes people think I'm crazy. And it's not like anyone like really like picks on me. People just fuck with me. Like, I just don't like people just annoy me. Like, people get in my face, they just annoy me. Like, I get annoyed easily with people. I get pissed. Like, I just like someone like tapping a pencil, or like just like being too loud, or like saying stuff just makes me feel like angry.
Okay.
I don't know.
So how long have you felt like that you've been struggling with your anger? How long has this been going on? And
Always.
Always.
Like, since I was a little kid.
Okay. And what does that anger look like? What does the anger feel like? So, let's say that, like you said, someone might be tapping a pencil, or someone might, be going out of their way to bully you or antagonize you or make some kind of demeaning comment. What does it feel like when you're getting angry in terms of your body sensations and your, things of that nature?
I guess like, I don't know, I get like my heart beats fast, and like I just start to like mentally, like everything's all going real fast in my mind, and I just feel myself start to like scrunch up, and like I just know I'm gonna go off. Like I just know, like I can tell, feel it, and like I guess I can control it or whatever, but like I don't know. Sometimes I just don't care. Like I was on meds before, and the meds helped, but I didn't like where they made me feel, so I stopped taking them. My mom is pretty pissed. She wants me to stay on them, but I don't want to stay on them.
Okay. And what's that been like for you since getting off the meds? Do you feel better? Do you feel?
Not really. I mean, I don't have like, I don't feel like I want to puke all the time, which is good. Like there's other side effects too that I don't want to really talk about, but like I don't like them. Like I just don't like taking them. But off them, I don't know. I mean, I don't really feel that good either. Like I guess I was more calm when I was on them, but like I felt just weird, like not myself. I want to feel like myself, even if myself is like not whatever, not normal.
Okay. When was the last time that you felt? Because I know that you said that you mentioned that sometimes you're in control, sometimes you can control that. What did the last time that you were able to control that anger? Do you remember that? Do you remember a certain situation in which you were able to exert your anger, you know, appropriately in a non-physical way?
I need to think about it, because
Okay.
it's hard to remember that.
Okay.
Hard to think if that really happened. So I need a minute.
That's fine.
I guess like one time a friend of mine and I were like playing video games or whatever, and he like just kept like doing stupid stuff in the game, like just it was like a basketball game, and he kept like I don't know, like dropping the ball and like doing these little moves on the court, like a little spin around, little dance. I'm like, let's just play, like let's play. And he was just goofing off, and like I really wanted to like play, and I'm looking forward to it. And he didn't seem like serious about it or whatever. So I just felt like really mad, and I was like, listen, I was like, why don't you just like we wanted to play, like. And I just kind of like told him, I guess, how I felt, and asked him if he wanted to play or not. I was just like, do you want to play, or do you want to like goof off or whatever? And he was like, oh, sorry man, I didn't know it bothered you. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And just kind of like, whatever. And then like another time, another friend of mine was like kind of just being a dick at school and like just saying stuff to me. I was like, listen, like just stop it. And I just like walked away, and I guess like got out of the situation.
Okay. And what was the aftermath of that besides, obviously, I mean, besides obviously the facts, but
nothing. Like, I mean, like,
right.
My friends are still my friends, you know? They don't care, like, they like me for me, even though they know I'm like crazy or whatever.
Okay. So it sounds like definitely, you know, your anger has obviously put you in positions that are obviously, you know, challenging. I mean, you know, right now we're here as a result of you obviously getting angry, and it's understandable that you would get angry over someone going out of their way to bother you. But you know, as you mentioned, it also sounds like you do have ways to, you have it in you to kind of control that anger. You know, later on, you know, what we can do is come up with some more coping skills together, like maybe talk about like deep breathing methods and you know, other coping skills. But it sounds like you definitely have those capabilities to kind of remove yourself from a position that is bothering you.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I just want to blow up, like, it's hard, like, I really just want to go to the hospital, like, I feel like I'm going to just go off right now, like.
How many times would you say that you've been placed in an inpatient unit?
Like 6, 7 maybe. 6, I think.
Were any of those times, would you consider them positive, like, or beneficial to your treatment? Do you feel as though some of the things you did at the hospital, such as, you mentioned support groups and maybe being with friends, do you feel like that helped you and that you were able to use some of those skills when you left the hospital?
I guess a little, like, mostly it's just like, I know I'm gonna get grounded for this, like, I know I'm in deep shit, like, I know I'm in trouble, my mom is already mad, I'm not taking my meds, like, I mean, it's not gonna be good, like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get screamed at and I'm gonna get grounded, and then, like, when I get grounded, like, I can't use my Xbox, I can, like, barely use my computer, I can only use it for school, like, I don't know, I just have nothing to do, and then I get even more mad, so it's, like, the opposite of what I need. I just want to go to the hospital. I just want to go.
So it sounds like you need to be engaging in something in order to, not feel so angry. So even if you're grounded, you're saying that you need, you can't just be sitting there and thinking about what happened. You need to be doing something. At the hospital, were you able to do those things? Were there activities at the hospital that took your mind off of all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Any current thoughts of hurting yourself or other people?
Not myself. Definitely other people.
You feel like you would? Okay. Is there one person in particular, or just kind of?
Just in general. I feel like not calm. Like,
okay.
I just don't feel calm at all. I feel like angry, pissed. I feel exactly the same as I felt when I turn around and punch that kid in the face. Like, I didn't want to say his name. It makes me so angry. Fucking, it's all his fault. If he hadn't just, like, stopped. I told him to stop. I told him to stop bothering me, stop poking me, stop touching me. Like, he was the one that touched me. He touched me. Like, why am I in trouble now? Why am I in trouble? Like, can you tell me, like, why am I in trouble? Because he was touching me. Like, he was, like, poking my neck. And I just did what I should have done. I just turned around and took care of it. But now I'm in trouble.
Can you think of some other things that you could have done in that position, in that situation?
I don't know. I guess left the room, but I would have gotten in trouble for that too. We're not allowed to leave study hall without telling someone. We're not allowed to, like, go to the bathroom for more than, like, 10 minutes or whatever. Like, I feel like no matter what I would have done, I just would have gotten in trouble.
So okay. I'm wondering, because you mentioned the possibility of getting up and leaving the room, which is actually a great coping skill. I understand that, it really depends on the environment, because obviously every environment and every situation has rules. And, what I'm hearing you say is obviously, it wouldn't be considered acceptable in a classroom to necessarily get up and leave. But I'm wondering, if maybe you were to advocate and verbalize what your intentions were, maybe if you were to go up and tell the teacher, I'm feeling really frustrated right now, do you mind if I step out of the classroom for a minute? Is that something that you think that would have been possible or realistic?
No, like, not at all, like,
okay.
No, I mean, I can't. When's the last time you were in school? You know what I mean? Like, really. Like, I can't just sit there and be like, oh, hey, like, Mr. Jones, like, can I, like, just go take a breather? Like, I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to be, like,
no, I understand,
rude.
But I also think, because it sounds like the teacher really was the teacher Did your teacher see the
He
situation?
doesn't care.
differently?
Like, he doesn't care. I mean,
Okay, because what I was going to say was, I think that if you were able to kind of have the teacher, maybe you two could have stepped aside and you could have explained the situation to him. But you're saying that he saw it and really wasn't making an effort to try to
even
de-escalate
if
the
he did
situation.
see it and care, like, I can't, like, what am I gonna look like if I just, like, stand up and I'm like, oh, excuse me, this person's bothering me, then I'm like a rat, you know? Snitch, like, no one wants
I
to see that.
I understand. So it just sounds like in that situation you felt that you need to take care of it yourself because nobody else seemed to be taking care of it for you.
Yep. Bingo. I really just want to go to the hospital. Like, can we just get this moving, please? I really.
Well, I think,
I want to get this over with.
I think
There's
that
no offense, but I want to get this over with.
Okay. Well, I think that we're talking about we're having a really great conversation here. I'm getting a lot of great information from you. And like I said, at the end of this session, we can decide how to move forward. And that decision will be based on, what is going to be the most appropriate and what's the most beneficial for you. Now let's talk a little bit about being grounded. Does this happen often?
Being grounded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that means, your privileges are obviously taken away, not allowed to go anywhere. What else does being grounded entail? I'm sorry, those things aren't allowed in the hospital. John, I'm sorry. I can hang on to it and give it to your mom.
Fine.
Okay.
Take it.
Do you have any other things in your pocket that you'd like to show me?
So stupid, man. Seriously.
You can tell me now, and if anything that you hand me now, we can move on from it, but the fact that you have this in your possession, there's a possibility of me having to get, security to come in and do a pocket check. So if there's anything else, feel free to hand it over. Any weapons, knives?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Might be a knife in my bag.
Well, since you told me that, John, why don't we just take
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Fine.
you. How are you feeling right now on a scale of like 1 to 10? 1 being the most calm, the most serene. You can easily walk out of here and just kind of move on with everything. 10 being you're feeling a lot of rage and a lot of
Like a 9.5. I'm pretty
Okay.
pissed. I just
Okay.
want to be done with this. Like, I'm sorry, like, I can't do this anymore.
Sounds like you're still pretty angry about what happened.
Yep.
Okay.
Got
Are
it.
you more so angry about the fact that that this person was bullying you and it wasn't being handled
My phone
appropriately?
down as a weapon, or can I use that?
You can use your phone for a little bit. That's fine.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
You know what I love? I love these dog emojis. Look at those.
Those are adorable.
Those are cool. Right?
Download. Can that be that? Is that like an app?
Yeah, it's just stickers on Facebook or whatever, but
Those are really
I
cute.
just need to like chill out for a minute.
That's fine.
I
Take your
feel
time.
so stressed. I just want to be like chilled out. That's all.
Okay. It sounds like, being on your phone is helpful in stressful situations.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's just I can't always have that, and then I get it
Right.
taken away when I do shit that's
Mhm.
bad, and then that's what I mean. Like, that's why I want to go to the hospital. At least I can have my phone in the hospital. Like, not like all the time, but they let you take it out and use it. Like, you can like sign it out. Like at home, I get grounded and it just gets taken away, and I can't use it at all until what the fuck ever. Like until my mom decides. Like, stupid.
Okay. We can talk a little bit more later about some of the rules of what certain inpatient units have in regards to electronics. Every place is different, and I know that you've been in several different inpatient units before, but
Yeah.
so which everyone has their own rules, but we can talk more about that later. Any siblings?
What?
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah.
Okay. You live with your mom and dad, and is it a brother or sister? Oops, you get that? I do that all the time.
Yeah, I have a sister. She's cool. She doesn't live with us anymore though, she's my older sister.
Oh, okay.
In college.
So right now, is it primarily mom and dad?
Yeah. My dad's not around much. He works a lot.
Okay. A little cold.
It's fucking freezing in this place. I hate it.
It can get really, really chilly, I know. Tell me a little bit more about the relationship that you have with your parents. I know that you mentioned that, you do get grounded, so it sounds like they do set limits.
Yep. I set plenty of limits.
Wait, and how do you feel about those limits? Do you feel as though it's a way it's because they care, or is it because they're trying to?
I know my mom cares, like,
Mhm.
okay, I get it, like, I know she cares. I'm just tired of everyone telling me, telling me what to do, like, I'm 16, like, I just wanna, I know, whatever, I'm not a grown-up yet, I don't make my own money, I don't, do this, do that, but, I just, whatever, all this, diagnosis and all these, the meds and stuff, I just wanna, stop it, I just wanna be a normal person, I just wanna be normal. I don't wanna have to, take meds and go to the hospital all the time and then get grounded for, I don't wanna get in fights, I just wanna be normal, I wanna be like everyone else. I don't wanna have to deal with this stuff, I really don't wanna have to deal with it anymore, it's too hard. I can't deal with it, and that's what makes me angry, I can't deal with it, and then I get angry, and then I get in a fight, or I'll punch something, or a while back, I punched something, I broke my hand. I don't wanna get in fights with people, I'm not usually I don't actually want to hurt people. I don't think it's fun to hurt people. I just get angry and I can't help it.
That must be really challenging and really difficult.
Yeah, it is.
And it's great to hear that you do have these goals of kind of wanting a sense of of normalcy, and it sounds like you obviously want something done about. Sorry.
Get down from there. Get down.
We have a couple of
you can
therapy.
You can scooter off.
We have a couple of therapy cats in the hospital that like to walk around in and out of the emergency room.
Cats kind of scare me a little bit.
Oh, really?
That's a pretty cute one.
Yeah, some people find them, very therapeutic, and
yeah. I like dogs better. I'm a dog person.
Oh, you are?
The stickers I just showed you.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Shiba Inu, or no, it's Corgi. That's a Corgi. I have.
You have a dog?
I do. Yeah.
Oh.
Doberman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big dog.
She's old and really cool. She's a chill dog.
Cool.
I like her a lot.
Great. I noticed your demeanor changed when you brought up your dog. What else do you like? What do you like to do for fun?
I like video games a lot, sports ones, I'm kind of getting over them. I like to play, Fallout, zombie games sometimes. I like video games. I like to read, sci-fi and stuff.
Great.
And, Terry Pratchett and things like that.
Wow.
David Baxter. I like to read like a lot of like space sci-fi that's like about space and stuff. I don't know. I like to just like. I used to play guitar. I don't really do that anymore. Takes away my guitar when I'm grounded too. That's probably. If there's anything worse than her taking my phone, it's taking that.
So it sounds like music and your creativity means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a coping skill, like playing music, and does that kind of take you away from kind of everything that sometimes will go on in your head?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I feel better when I like can listen to music and stuff.
That's great. So now, in terms of the incident that happened, were any charges filed? Did the police kind of give you any information in regards to what was going to happen, or? So I guess my question is, what was said to them that made them bring you to the hospital as opposed to, bringing you to the police station?
I think, probably because, I don't know, I don't think they're gonna press charges, like, that kid Drew, like, he knew he was wrong, like, he knew he was poking me, and, like, whatever, I guess maybe there wasn't proof, but, like, he knew, like, he started it or whatever, and, like, I stabbed him with a pencil, but, like, he's fine, like, he's not, like, injured, like, I punched him, I guess, pretty hard, but, like, nothing's broken, like, took him to the hospital because he's a bitch, you know what I mean, like, he's, like, a crybaby, whatever, but, I talked to the police, and the police talked to the teacher, and my teacher told them that, like, it had been going on, and he just, like, said, like, the teacher said, like, I try not to get involved in, like, student stuff unless there's some serious stuff going on. He's like, but yeah, there was, and so he kind of, like, he didn't, like, take my side, but he, like, said that the kid was bothering me and stuff, so, I mean, I don't know, I don't think there's any charges. I didn't get arrested. They talked to both of us, and they let me go, but, as far as coming to the hospital, like, I was pretty angry. I was, like, I punched the locker, like, right when the cops were getting there, so they, like, saw me, like, flipping out, and, like, I was just punching the locker, like, over and over and over, and, like, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure they thought I was psycho, so that's probably why they took me to the hospital.
Any other times that you went to the hospital, was this as a result of assaultive or aggressive behavior? The times that you were placed in the inpatient unit?
Yeah. Definitely.
Have you ever been to any kind of support groups or any sort of like anger management classes or any other forms of therapy outside of the hospital? So anything that wasn't affiliated with you being in an inpatient unit, anything kind of, anything like that?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I did like an anger management thing a while ago.
How did that go? Did you get anything out of that?
Yeah. I guess that, like, I tried to, like, tell my mom or whatever that, like, using, like, music and stuff is good for me, and, like, being able to just get out of my head and, like, watch TV or, like, use my Xbox or whatever. I know I can't do that stuff at school, like, when I get angry, but, like, I get angry at home sometimes, too. I can do that. When I'm grounded, which is after these things, big things, I get grounded, like, it's just that's what happens, and then I lose everything. Like, I can't, like, I don't, and she's like, well, why don't you just not do those things if you don't want to get everything taken away from you? But it's like, she doesn't understand, like, I need those things to, like, deal with my problems. Like, I need to have an escape, and, like, when she takes it away from me, it's like, I don't even know, I don't know what to do.
So it sounds like what I'm hearing is that, when you're grounded, it's as a form of punishment, but what I've noticed and what I've gone through with clients before is that punishment isn't necessarily a beneficial thing, and this is something when Mom comes in that we can talk to her more about too, but punishment isn't really an effective method if we're not teaching the correct ways to manage our anger. So, for example, if I take away your iPod because you did something wrong, and then I walk away and leave you in your room, you're not really necessarily learning.
Yeah.
So I feel as though, well, yes, I understand that your mom is obviously taking away like a preferred item, which is a pretty standard form of punishment, and that is something that is helpful. I think that when we get Mom in here, we can work with her to maybe come up with some things that you can do when you are grounded, some things that are going to be beneficial. And it might not be your phone, it might not be Xbox, but I think that you being able to play your music is something that you've voiced is very therapeutic.
Why do you get to say what I do?
Well,
why do you get to say, like, oh, I don't have my Xbox, but you can play music? Like,
well, I think,
bad enough. Like,
well, I think it's something that we can kind of work with Mom, and we can all maybe come up with a plan. It's definitely not my decision, and obviously I can't zero in on the house rules or anything like that. But I can sort of offer my knowledge and my expertise to your Mom and with you in the room as well. And maybe we can come up with something that's going to make your experience at home being grounded a little bit more beneficial.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like the last time I went to the hospital, I had someone come in here and talk to me. The guy was an asshole. He was just really like pompous. It's like, I don't know. He seemed really nice. It's good. Like it's better, I guess, to like talk to my mom and see if we can just.
Yeah. Because I think that communication is important. And I think, well, and from what I've gathered, it sounds like your mom does care.
She
and
does.
I think that. And
she
it's great
doesn't know
that you
shit
realize
about
that.
my needs, but she does care. I agree.
Well, I think that we can kind of all work together to sort of establish what those needs are and how all of us can kind of play a role in getting those needs met in a way that's the most beneficial and that's the most therapeutic and will give you long-term happiness and success. Because I don't think that, being in a hospital for 10 days is really going to benefit you. I know you mentioned, like, you met some great friends and you got something out of some of the support groups. But, these are things that you can access, not in a hospital. I mean, these are things that you're able to access when you're at home and grounded. I'm sure that I have a great list of referrals for support groups in the area, anger management classes that work on mindfulness and breathing techniques, and so I think that I'm more than happy to do that, and I can actually refer you to a therapist in your area. That's really
cute therapy cat.
Yeah, he's funny. He makes a lot of our patients very happy, especially more of our more anxious
What's
patients.
his name?
Khaleesi.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good name.
It is a good name, yeah.
Is that like from Game of Thrones or whatever?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. One of our former employees. She was actually a psychiatrist. She donated him because she couldn't take care of him anymore. So.
Oh, donated therapy cat sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, I'm just worried now because I know I'm gonna have to go home and, like, my mom, I don't know where the hell she is anyway. Like, she said she's gonna get a coffee. It's been, like, 45 minutes or something. Like, she always does that. Like, I don't know. I know she cares and shit, but, like, I don't know, just whatever.
Well, I guess while we wait for her, why don't we talk about maybe a possible next time, because there's always going to be that next time when we get angry, and this could be, if someone kind of gets in our personal space, maybe unintentionally, but sometimes that can feel kind of, that can be frustrating, or somebody could go out of their way to antagonize you again, like what happened. So I'm wondering what you would do differently if you had the chance, or what you're going to do in the future if something like that comes up again.
I guess, like, I feel like walking away is the best thing. Because, I mean, whatever, like, I know I said, like, I get in trouble or whatever for walking away. And I probably would, like, if it was in school, like, someone was bothering me and I just, like, left class or whatever, like, yeah, I'd probably get in trouble. But, I mean, that kind of trouble, like, get sent to the principal's office, get, like, a detention, whatever, have to explain myself, that's not that much trouble. But, like, this is a lot of trouble, like, I don't want to deal with it, you know? It, like, just makes people think I'm even crazier, and I'm not crazy, so, you know, it's, like, just whatever. Like, I think I could just walk away and then maybe explain myself later if, like, I do get a detention or something, just be like, well, I walked away and I was trying not to fight someone, trying not to, like, lash out, be angry.
And what if you said that to you? So what if, you know, maybe you're having a conversation with your mom one day in the house and maybe something happened at school where someone really upset you and someone was really getting under your skin and you told your mom, hey, like, this is what I did. What would her reaction be, do you think?
I'm proud of me.
And what would that pride look like? Would that be just stating that she's proud, or would that just be, you know?
Yeah, I should tell me she's proud of me and that she knows that, I mean, she said it before a couple times, not a lot, because I usually don't do anything to be proud of, but she'll say things like, oh, like, I know you're working really hard, and I can see the changes you're making. Things like that.
That's great. And how would that feel for you to hear her say that?
Good. I feel good. Because, like, my mom, like, I love my mom, so I guess having more positive from her instead of all the negative would feel really good. Like, I would like that.
That's great. And that sounds like, you know, something that I think would be really beneficial for the both of you for when we get her in here to kind of communicate with that with her. And then again, we can all kind of come up with some...
Are you sure you're not gonna, you can't just, like, put me, I don't know, I really want, one of my friends is in here right now, and, like, or, like, I think he is anyway, and I really want to see him, so I was wondering if, yeah, just Disney, I guess. Yeah, I just want to, like, I kind of want to check with my friends, like, I don't know, I don't want to get grounded. Do I really have to go home, like?
I mean, I think that you're right now showing me that you're completely capable of handling that. Right now, I don't see any kind of immediate need for an inpatient placement at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, I think that we came up with some really great things that we can do at home. You know, and like I said, like, I can give you a list of support groups and anger management classes. And once we get mom in here, we can come up with some things.
Okay.
You know, in terms of what sort of the limitations are when you are grounded and maybe what you can do when you are grounded. Okay. So I think that would be really beneficial. So.
All right.
All right, so I will go get mom. I'll go see where she is and I'll be right back, okay?
All right, sounds